All right. Welcome to Positively Caffeinated. I'm Camden, and this is.
Tish.
And today we're just going to be talking about our website launch for December 5th. Very excited. LavenderHillSprings.com. We just want to talk about, obviously this week is very hectic and, with family and the holidays, just coming off of that, going into the Christmas season. We're all kind of thinking like, what are we going to do for these gifts? What are we going to get for family? And we just kind of want to talk about, our personal and what we're doing for this week leading up to the launch and kind of just the chaos and everything in between. So do you want to go first and just kind of talk about?
Yeah, I like how you said it. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna?
Yeah, well, it's true, right?
As you go out and you go out shopping on Black Friday and so forth, you can kind of feel the chaos and people's such a.
Definitely.
I think for us, this is all new to us, right? So this is our new launch of Lavender Hill Springs, like you said. Our website's being launched this weekend. You don't know this, or maybe do some kind of visit of the bar and so forth. But having family over and them helping out to get the barn going. There's a lot of projects.
Yeah.
A lot of projects for us. But associated with this week is really about, we got coffee orders coming in.
Yep.
We've got soap orders coming in.
Yep.
We've got the
lots of pre-orders.
Lots of pre-orders. People going that have gone or going to over the next few days too. Going to the website, and the way they get a 15% discount or
yeah, if you go to the website, guys, and you sign up for our newsletter and for communications, you get 15% off on your first order. So, hopefully that helps you, that helps us, all around, very good thing.
So we're very excited about that. So we have a lot of production going on, finalizing packaging,
Yep.
making sure that we have all the right packaging. So a lot of balls all going at the same time. I think that, I think it's going fairly smoothly. I think you don't know what you don't know, kind of thing.
Yeah,
being an entrepreneur in this whole endeavor. Not that we haven't been talking about this, but now in action as it gets closer to the date. What are you thinking?
Well, no, I definitely agree. I think, as an entrepreneur, I'm sure you guys, I mean, maybe you guys don't. I don't know. In the moment, we're learning, as we go. And, with entrepreneur, I think we kind of knew going into it, it was going to be like a jack of all trades situation of like, you're kind of doing everything. You are the driving force behind whatever it is you do.
It's our
and
brand.
we have, we dove into it and, I think, YouTube and these other things make it look very, very easy to do these things. And
I think that's a question people were asking us too, on YouTube and other things.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
How'd you get started? How'd you make it, this, dream or this vision happen? I would just say it's one day at a time.
Definitely.
Because it's not, and in its working relationship between son and father and mother and all, the family dynamics, there's a lot of ideas. And to finalize those into production and getting them off the ground is also, because I think the name came fairly quickly, Lavender Hill Springs.
Yes.
After that,
and that was probably the easiest part of the entire process, was picking a name and maybe even the logo. But, making the products, I think, has been a learning curve for sure. Like, you wouldn't think it would be as difficult as it is. I have a newfound, let me put it this way, I have a newfound respect for soap makers everywhere, as well as candle makers. That process is like, whether you're doing, hot or cold. We'll probably do a video on different methods for making soap and stuff. I think that would probably be a fun thing.
Yeah. As you get the barn done and so forth.
Definitely.
Workshop. I think the other thing there was too, is making it true to, what we're trying to do on the property too, is make it natural.
Yes.
Learning some of the things that you thought were natural in candles.
That's so
soaps,
true.
Aren't as natural.
Little things.
And like your smells. So not to dive too deep in the product, but when you're smelling candles at big retailers, you have a certain smell. Oh, this is great. You get them home and they don't smell like that at all.
Yeah.
But then you don't realize there's different, like with soy or other ingredients, and you even know more than I do. But I think that's the interesting part, is discovering those things, but then having a question is this align with our brand. There's definitely, what do you call 'em, shortcuts, I guess you could take to put a product out.
And we probably made it harder. Yeah, I mean, we probably made the process more difficult on
Yes.
ourselves because we wanted to provide that quality product to you guys.
And being authentic and trying to do
Yeah,
everything possible that we know and we were learning to make sure that it represents the brand appropriately from the packaging to the product itself. It's been eye opening to kind of go in that direction because everything has a cost, you know.
definitely. Yeah, it's like time or money, or you got to find the right
But
balance
also this,
between.
you could get certain things that are cheaper,
True.
thinking, oh, that's good. That's a safe or something we even have on our property. We're doing lavender and honey and all those things. But sometimes you realize, oh, you can only take this part of the honey for, you know,
Certain products or certain
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
That's
I
so
find that
true.
amazing. So babbling on a little bit, but it is I think, very excited for us to be sharing this with all of you. So we do encourage you again to go to the website. But I know we have something we want to talk about, right, today?
Yeah, well,
One of
I
our
mean, I think
products?
that's a perfect transition
Yeah.
into our products our singular product, our featured product, if you will, that will be launched on our website December 5th. Behold, in all its glory. This is our Bad Bean Soap Bar. It is made, as we said, from natural ingredients. We painstakingly handcraft these soap bars out of goat milk soap base and coconut oil and fragrance lavender oil, as well as our own coffee beans. And you're probably wondering to yourself, why do we call it Bad Bean Soap? What's up with the name? That sounds a little weird. Let's talk about that.
Hmm.
Do you
Yeah.
want to,
Well,
take
yeah.
it
So,
away?
yeah, I think so. We call it a bad. Actually, you came up with the name, but I think it was a great compliment to taking something that is a wasted product. So when you're roasting coffee, not every bean is going to be perfect, right? So what we end up doing is we kind of hand shuffle through the product as you finish your roast, and there are certain beans that just didn't get roasted properly or could actually affect the taste of the coffee and so forth. So we take those out, and before we just kind of threw, I threw them
Usually,
away.
I mean, in the whole coffee
Just
industry, that's
a
kind of
lot
the
of times,
standard,
just
right?
like if you go to coffee, yeah, a roast or a roasting competition, so forth, yeah,
Yes.
they're just taking those and just throwing away and da da da. So we were having that conversation, I recall, and then we said, oh, I think we were saying, oh, I'll make this soap, and then it kind of tied in. Why not take those beans that aren't bad in quality or anything like that? They're just not right for the roast itself.
Yes.
And then you want to walk through next?
Yeah, yeah.
How did you take the beans and make it into the soap?
Well, I also forgot to mention, we also have some of our own honey from our beehives here on the property in these soap bars as well. So the cool thing about this soap bar is it's like a triple threat when it comes to antioxidants, because coffee's an antioxidant, honey's an antioxidant, and then I believe lavender is also an antioxidant. So, I mean, all across the board,
And
lots of
what does the coffee do?
antioxidants.
Why do we want to put the coffee in the soap as far as because, right, the skin and
Well, yes, I mean, I think the main part, not the main part, one of the huge benefits, and I think the most clear you'll probably notice when you use the soap bar yourselves, is the exfoliation that the coffee, grinds basically provide. Coffee also helps with, rejuvenating the skin, and there's probably many other benefits that I am struggling to bring to
it'll be on
mind,
the
but
product and so forth. We're talking about, but you talk about that because I use soap and so forth for taking showers. But I will say, I was pleasantly surprised how my skin felt differently
yeah, no,
using the
totally.
soap, and then even after days, I went back in there and use it again. It just does make your skin feel better or softer or something like that. Man soft soap.
Yeah,
So I'm glad that we were able to use the product that was discarded,
definitely.
make it more beneficial, and create something new, which is kind of what we enjoy to do. And I'm glad that we're being able to introduce it to our folks who are supporting us and want to get some Christmas gifts as well.
Yeah, and I do want to mention that these will be on sale on launch day for $7.50 per bar. You can order up to 5 in a bundle, I believe. I'll have to double check the website. But I think these would be, great stocking stuffers. And the other thing, is there is a story behind Bad Beans that goes deeper than what we're discussing here. Probably a longer story than there is to put on this
Right.
podcast.
Is it on the
But we will be putting on the website on launch day, and I would highly encourage all of you, if you could, to go read it. And I think we're also going to put out a post on December 5th that kind of leads into the story as well. But yeah, I think, kind of going back to the website really quick, I know we kind of, talked about all the things that were, kind of you wouldn't think would be difficult, but I just really want to touch on
Yeah.
the website and building
You
the
built it.
building the
Yeah.
Shopify website. And as the kind of the full stack developer for the website, the person that creates basically everything you see on the front as well as all the functionality on the back side of the website, how our users use the website is incredible. Like the amount of ways that people can find to navigate a website, to interact with the website, that me as one person can't even keep up with. Like I have to continuously, like, we'll get messages from people on the website. They're like, oh, like, this button isn't, going to, this, page or whatever. And I have to go in and make sure that that button has an option to go to that page. Or, there's just so many things you can overlook when you don't think about as, your typical website user.
Like a cookie cutter website too.
Yes.
You've customized it for us and so forth, which is, your education and what your specialty is. And so we're fortunate to have you be able to create that
thank
for
you.
us.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. You're welcome. But I think key thing is that we're learning. So with that being said too, it's like we take our great pride in producing products that we're proud of. And so the same with the website, but nothing's perfect. So we're going to continue to learn. And, again, thank you guys for supporting us.
Well, can I say something really quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Well, and I want to say too, on top of that is, if we're also very, very big on people's feedback. So all of that to say, like, do not feel afraid to reach out to us through our, website, through the, messaging feature, or through, submitting a form and just being like, hey, this doesn't work, or I don't know how to get here. And we're more than happy.
Or you love something that's worked really well.
Or you love something and you just want to give us a compliment. We love to hear from you guys. And, any reviews, obviously, on, the products, the website, the service, the podcast, all of it goes and helps tremendously in this whole journey.
In advance.
But yeah, I think that about sums up the podcast for today.
Yes, I think it's been great to talk about the launch on the 5th, and we're just excited to have this opportunity. So you want to bring us home and wrap it up for us?
Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. We're looking forward to the website officially launching on December 5th, and we'll finally be in business. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.